How's it going, guys? I'm back again with another episode for my homemade trading card game, Monsters from the Other Realm. And in this episode, I'm going to be showcasing the Caretakers faction. So the Caretakers, their sort of design behind them is that they fight, not necessarily fight, but they care about their environment. They want to preserve natural and landscapes, etc. So they're all sort of nature themed, sort of guardian spirits type of thing. Their playstyle revolves around healing. So basically, just healing up all that damage. So, I'll start with the monsters again. So, card number 13 in the set is Sourapple here. He is a wood element monster. He's level 1. And he is a caretaker. That is an error on my part. That should be the caretaker's logo. He's just a little apple with a worm eating him. He requires 2 XP to get to the next level. He has no support, no effect, 3 health and 1 damage. In the Caretaker bonuses, they heal 1 health at the beginning of your turn if you control at least 2. So, pretty cool. Once he hits 2 XP, the Sourapple evolves into the Apple Knight. His art's okay. I was trying to do he's grown vines or something and is using them as limbs, or I don't know. But the main idea is that the worm that was eating him is now his trusty steed. He goes around doing his thing. There's the actual Caretaker's logo. He's a wood element. His ability is Stand Aside. If your attack zone monster would be defeated in battle, you may move it to your retreat zone and move this card to your attack zone instead to take the attack. And of course, he has to be in one of your support zones to do so. He has 5 health and 4 damage, which is pretty good for a level 2. And support is your attack zone monster heals 1 health when it attacks. So going along with that theme of just healing up all that damage you take. So next up we have the Lunar Fairy. I had Lunar Fairy Rose as the name, but I feel like when I remake this card on the computer, it's just going to be Lunar Fairy. She is a water type element. Level 1, 4 health, 1 damage. And she does not evolve or level up or anything. She just stays this way. However, this usually means she has pretty good support effects. So her ability is Poison Shot. When this monster deals damage, flip a coin. If heads, inflict poison on the defending monster. And currently, the Caretakers are the only faction that can poison people on their own with Lunar Fairy here. Yeah, it sort of goes along with the idea of, they're slowly taking damage, because poison, how that works is they take 1 damage every turn if a monster is poisoned, and you just sort of heal up all that damage that they're dealing back to you. And support is -1 damage to opposing attack zone monster. So pretty good overall for just tanking up. Very good support card, in my opinion. Excuse me for a second. Alright, so next up here, we have Torna, who is a level 1 wood element. His ability is Hard Shell. This card cannot be defeated through a card's effect. Meaning, let's say a card says, move this card to the discard pile, or whatever. Or if a card's effect says deal damage, it can't be KO'd. It can take damage, but it can't be defeated in that way. So it's pretty good. It has 2 health and 1 damage, so it's probably the weakest 1-star. I keep saying 1-star, it's level 1. I've been watching too much Chaos Galaxy and other people, if you can't tell. Anyway, it's a level 1. Very weak for level 1. No support or anything. So best to use is just sort of put him in the support zone and have him bide his time. Once he hits 3 experience, he evolves into Torna. And I kind of actually like this art quite a bit. He has the same effect. He has 6 health and 2 damage, so pretty good. I believe that's the exact same as Spooko's. And his support is +1 max health to your attack zone monster. So what that means is, let's say for example, you have Torna in your support zone, and you play a Torna into your attack zone here. He would start off with 3 health as opposed to 2. So that's pretty good and helps with the overall tankiness of the faction. And yeah, he evolves at 7 XP, so it can take a little bit to get him to his full level. However, when he does get there, he evolves into Okernaut, which was supposed to be sort of like a corruption of Oak and Juggernaut, kinda. I don't know. His design leaves a bit to be desired because he's just a tree with a face, but I can work on that a little bit. And I believe this is the only card in the game with 2 abilities, so far anyway. So he has Hard Bark. This monster takes 1 less damage from attacks. And he has Hard Shell, cannot be removed via card effects. So he's very tanky as a card. However, he only deals 4 damage, so that's not that amazing. He does require some support if you're going to use him in your main attack zone, but he has 10 health. That's ridiculous. I think that's the most out of any card so far. And not unbeatable, of course, but yeah, this card can be very hard to take down. And support is +2 max health to attack zone monster. So yeah, pretty insane. So next up we have some cards that I'm probably going to rework the design on because I'm not happy with them at all. But here's Unihorn, and this is the first typeless, elementless card, which means they have no weaknesses or strengths. They just sort of exist and can deal their own damage. And his ability is Long Shot. This monster does not lose damage when attacking from a support zone. So this basically means there's no reason not to put him in the support zone because he's going to be doing his full 2 damage no matter who he attacks, which would be your opponent's attack zone monster. He has 3 health. And this support is your attack zone takes 1 less damage from opposing support zone monsters. So that's a bit different, but can work out quite well, especially if your opponent's using something like a card that I'll be showing next video. And he evolves when he hits 5 experience. And this card, yeah, I'm going to work on that design. I'm not too happy with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll see. But when he evolves into Megahorn. He is typeless. And he's very much the same, except he has 6 health and 4 damage, which is really good. Really good, I think, anyway. Not super good, but it's good. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's good. And there he is. Number 20 of the set. So next up here we have Nomi, who is probably going to be a staple if you run Okranaut, I feel. Basically what happens is he has 5 health, which is really good for a level 1. 1 damage, it's negligible for this card. His ability is Cultivate. Instead of attacking with this monster, you may instead heal a monster you control by 2 health instead. So that's really good. The support is +2 damage to your wood monsters in your attack zone. So if you have, Okranaut here, he effectively becomes a 10-6 with Nomi. So yeah, if you're running wood monsters, I would definitely recommend Nomi. If you're running them anyway. He's really good. He's level 1. He does not evolve or level up or anything. He's Earth Element. And yeah. Next up we have the Forest Spirit. And I actually really like this card. And if you hear background noise, I apologize. There's other people in this house. But he is a fire element. He's level 1. That's his max. And basically, his ability is Elemental Shuffle. When the opposing attack zone monster retreats, deal 1 damage to it. If the attack zone monster is weak to your attack zone monster's element, deal 2 damage to it instead. So basically sort of punishes retreating, which is pretty cool. And the support is your AZ has no elemental weakness, which is really freaking good, I think, actually. Especially, Okranaut here. Giving him no elemental weakness is insane. And I'm not sure if I've touched on elemental weakness before, but it's very similar to Pokemon where you deal more damage if you're weak to an element than if you're not weak to the element, you deal less damage, etc. I don't know if I've went over that in my rules video or not. I probably didn't, knowing me, but yeah. He has 2 health, 2 damage, pretty cool. I like the art, even though this is a test card. I probably said that already. But if I didn't, I like that art. I'm going to try and recreate it when I get a chance. Last up here we have the last cards for monsters, we have Frogalf. He's a little frog. His ability is Noxious Gas. This card attacks all active monsters at once when in the AZ. Excuse me here. Alright. He has 3 health and 1 damage. So basically, if he's in your attack zone, he deals 1 damage to every single card on your opponent's side of the field, which is pretty good. I think anyway. Very good. Up next, when he gets 4 experience, he evolves into Frog Gizzard. I'm not sure what's going on in that artwork there, but he has the same ability. He has no support, so this is pretty sure this is the only maxed out level monster that has no support. There might be one other one I can't remember, but yeah. He has 7 health, which is really good, and 2 damage. So basically you can just sit him in your attack zone and he'll continuously do damage to your opponents. And he has a lot of health, so you just tank him up there. And that sort of helps really well with the playstyle of just healing away and doing small bits of damage. And then, do I want to do the effect cards or the human? I'll do the human card. So here is Rebecca, who is designed to be used around the Caretakers. And her ability is once per game, when a monster would be KO'd, you may instead add it to your hand. So that's pretty good if you have a really tanky card. You don't want to lose it. Just add it to your hand once per game. So that's really good. She has a 2 action ability. Heal 1 active monster by 2 health. Watering Can, pretty good. Then she has a really good ability over here, Garden Wall. Select 1 monster you control. That monster does not take any damage from monster's next turn. I'm probably going to have to change that, because that just seems way too good. I might make it so it like nullifies an attack or 2. I'm not sure, but nullifying all damage, that's too good. Yeah, I'll have to change that. But anyway, there's Rebecca. And then we'll go into the effect cards for the set. First off, we have Slippery Fingers. Remove an equipment card from a monster and send it to its owner's discard pile. This is good because it prevents your opponent from buffing up their monsters with equipment. And it can also help save you from the few equipment cards that exist that you can attach to your opponent. So yeah, you can use it on those as well. Pretty cool. Next up we have Healing Light. Restore 3 health to an active monster. This is very similar to Rebecca's, except it only heals by 2. I have this healing by 3 because you're using up a spot in your deck for this card, so I figured it should be a bit better than the Rebecca's ability, I feel anyway. It requires 2 action points. And yeah, very good for that tankiness. I don't know what's going on downstairs, but anyway. Next up we have Forest's Shield, which is an equipment card. The equipped monster takes 2 less damage from monster attacks. Again, going with that tankiness. Just so good. 2 action points to use. Next up we have Growth Spurt, which is a very good card, I believe. Has 2 action points to use. And select 1 wood monster you control. Increase its damage by 1 and max HP by 2 until it is KO'd or removed from play. So that is really good, if you know. You could sort of use it to buff up, say, for example, Ogranaut. So he has 12 health and 5 damage, plus the buff. I don't know what's going on in this house anymore. I really don't. But, yeah. Use it there with Nomi. You can get lots of good combos going there, probably. I don't know. Next up, we have the Forest of Dreams, which is the battlefield for the Caretakers. It requires 4 action points. It says all of your active monsters heal 1 health at the start of your turn. So it's basically giving the Caretaker's ability to anyone you want. So, because obviously you don't need to use Caretakers. But yeah, Forest of Dreams. Pretty cool. Using that health. This is one of the few equipment cards that can be attached to an opponent's monster, called Hostile Roots. Costs 3 action points. And equip this card to a monster your opponent controls at the beginning of your opponent's turn. Deal 1 damage to the equipped monster and heal your attack zone monster by 1. So yeah, that is quite good for that. Again, that tankiness. It's all about healing and slowly dealing damage, you guys. It's all about that heals. And then finally, we have the last one, Poison Touch. It is an equipment card. Costs 3 action points. And equip this card to an active monster. That monster is now poisoned. Whenever that monster attacks, inflict poison to monsters that are damaged. So, the reason I might nerf this card a little bit is because, look at Frog Gizzard here. He attacks all active monsters at once. Equip this card to Frog Gizzard. He's poisoning the entire enemy team at once. That seems a bit too good. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to have to nerf it just because of that. But yeah, guys, that is the Caretakers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and up next will be another faction showcase focusing on the Warriors. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.